Chilling Lake, nestled in a remote part of the country, is known for its eerie beauty and haunting tales. Locals speak in hushed tones about the dark history that lurks beneath its placid surface. Here are two actual horror stories that exemplify the chilling legacy of this enigmatic lake. Story 1. The Vanishing Campers. In the summer of 1985, a group of 5 college friends decided to take a weekend camping trip to Chilling Lake. The pristine waters and towering pines promised an idyllic escape from the pressures of their studies. As they set up camp, laughter echoed through the trees, blending with the sounds of nature. They shared stories around the campfire, drinking and reminiscing about their friendship. But as night fell, an unsettling tension began to creep into the air. Around midnight, one of the friends, Lisa, suggested they take a midnight swim. Excited by the idea of swimming under the stars, the group hesitantly agreed. They splashed into the cold water, laughter ringing out into the night. However, Lisa quickly noticed something odd. The lake seemed to be unnaturally dark, almost as if it was absorbing the moonlight. She shook off the feeling, attributing it to her imagination. After their swim, the friends returned to their campfire, shivering and laughing. However, they soon realized that their fun was about to take a sinister turn. One by one, they started to feel a growing unease, as if they were being watched. The forest around them grew silent, the usual sounds of crickets and rustling leaves replaced by an oppressive stillness. Suddenly, Mark, one of the guys, stood up and announced he was going to fetch more firewood. "I'll be right back," he called, disappearing into the trees. The others waited, but minutes turned into half an hour, and he still hadn't returned. Concerned, they decided to search for him, calling his name into the darkness. As they split up, Lisa felt an inexplicable pull towards the lake. Against her better judgment, she approached the water's edge. It was then she saw something that made her blood run cold. In the moonlight, she spotted Mark, or at least what she thought was him, standing still in the water. She called out to him, but he didn't respond. The figure turned slowly, revealing a face that was not Mark's, a face that was twisted and unrecognizable. Panicking, Lisa stumbled back, screaming for her friends. They rushed to her side, and together they approached the water cautiously. But the figure had vanished, leaving only ripples in the water. The friends regrouped, terrified and confused. They searched for Mark, calling out until their voices were hoarse. Hours passed, and the sun began to rise, casting an eerie glow on the lake, but there was still no sign of Mark. Eventually, the group made the harrowing decision to leave. They packed their things in a frenzy, the once pleasant camping trip now a nightmare. They reported Mark's disappearance to the authorities, but despite extensive searches, he was never found. To this day, locals warn campers to stay away from the lake at night. They say if you listen closely, you can hear the echoes of laughter mingling with cries for help. A chilling reminder of the friends who lost one of their own to the depths of Chilling Lake. Story 2. The Haunting of the Old Cabin. In 1998, a family of 4 decided to rent a cabin near Chilling Lake for their summer vacation. They were looking forward to a peaceful retreat away from the hustle and bustle of city life. The cabin, rustic and charming, sat just a stone's throw from the lake's edge, surrounded by dense woods. The first few days passed uneventfully. The family enjoyed hiking, fishing, and roasting marshmallows over the campfire. But on the 4th night, something strange happened. As the family settled in for the night, they heard a soft, almost melodic humming coming from the direction of the lake. Intrigued, they decided to investigate. As they stepped outside, the air felt heavy, charged with an unsettling energy. The humming grew louder, drawing them closer to the water. When they arrived at the lake's edge, they saw a faint glow emanating from the center of the lake. It pulsed rhythmically, like a heartbeat, and the humming grew louder, now accompanied by a chorus of whispers that seemed to rise from the depths. Frightened but fascinated, the family watched as the glow intensified. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the water, A woman, ethereal and translucent, her hair flowing like seaweed. Her eyes were dark, voids that seemed to draw in the light around her. The family gasped in shock, realizing they were witnessing something otherworldly. The woman raised her hand, beckoning them closer. Against their instincts, they felt an overwhelming compulsion to approach her. But as they stepped closer to the water, a strong gust of wind swept through the trees, knocking them off balance. In that moment of distraction, the figure vanished, and the humming ceased, leaving only the sound of their panicked breaths. Terrified, the family rushed back to the cabin, locking the door behind them. They tried to rationalize what they had seen, but sleep eluded them that night. The next day, they decided to cut their vacation short and return home, but strange occurrences followed them. Objects in the cabin moved on their own, doors creaked open at night, and the unsettling humming returned, echoing in their ears. When they finally returned to the city, they thought they were safe. But the haunting continued. The mother began to have vivid nightmares of the woman in the lake, her hollow eyes staring into her soul. The daughter claimed to see the figure in mirrors, whispering secrets she couldn't understand. The once happy family was gripped by a shadow that refused to lift. Desperate for answers, they researched the history of Chilling Lake and discovered a tragic tale. Decades earlier, a woman had drowned in the lake under mysterious circumstances. Rumors suggested she had been searching for her lost child, calling out for help as she slipped beneath the surface. Locals believed her spirit roamed the lake, forever trapped between worlds, longing for the life she lost. As the family's experiences escalated, they sought the help of a local medium, hoping to find closure. The medium conducted a seance in their home, attempting to communicate with the spirit. During the session, the room grew cold, and the humming returned, stronger than ever. The medium's voice trembled as she relayed the spirit's message. She sought forgiveness, yearning to be reunited with her child. After the seance, the family felt an overwhelming urge to return to Chilling Lake. They realized that to truly find peace, they needed to confront the spirit and help her find closure. They drove back to the cabin, hearts pounding with anticipation and dread. Once at the lake, they gathered at the water's edge, the same spot where they had first seen the woman. They called out to her, offering their compassion and understanding. The air around them thickened, and the woman appeared once more, her expression softening as she listened to their words. In a moment of surreal clarity, the lake's waters shimmered, reflecting the light of the setting sun. The woman reached out, her hand brushing against the water's surface, creating ripples that danced in the fading light. The humming returned, now a soothing lullaby, wrapping around them like a comforting embrace. As the last rays of sunlight disappeared, the woman smiled, her figure becoming brighter until she was nothing but a shimmering light. With one final whisper, she thanked them for their kindness, and the glow faded into the depths of the lake. In that moment, the family felt an immense weight lift from their shoulders. The haunting ceased, and the nightmares faded away. They left Chilling Lake forever changed, carrying with them the memory of a spirit at peace, finally freed from her earthly ties. Chilling Lake remains a place of mystery, steeped in tales of loss and longing. The stories of those who have ventured near its shores serve as a reminder that some spirits linger, searching for solace in a world that often forgets. Whether it's the laughter of lost friends or the haunting hum of a grieving mother, the echoes of Chilling Lake continue to resonate, leaving an indelible mark on all who dare to listen.